What's up YouTube, this is Harvey 1997 here, coming at you today with a deck profile. If it's not obvious by what you see in my two hands, this is Metalfoes ABCs. Now I will note there are a couple of proxies just because I haven't either found a couple of things looking through my commons or I haven't picked up stuff from Invasion Vengeance yet, but we'll get to that when it happens. So, on to the main deck. Starting off with the Metalfoes monsters. We have 3 Gold Driver, 2 Silvered, 3 Volflame, and 3 Steelin. So the reasons for these, Volflame and Gold Driver they're your MVPs. He's the level 4, he's level 7, there's more usable. And they're also both 1 and 8. Note also one of these Steelins should be a Bismagia, but I just don't have that yet. So, I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference, but hey. Anyway, the reason for only running 2 of this is because if you're going to use Painful Decision for a low scale, you're almost always going to go for Gold Driver anyway. But I keep 2 just in case. And the same is going to be for Steelin, just running 2 of it, because generally Gold Driver is your Painful Decision target. Running 2 of this is more of like a just in case moment. So that's actually it for the Metalfoes monsters since I don't have the Bismagear yet. So on to the ABCs. We have 3 of each: A Assault Core, B Buster Drake, and C Crush Wyvern. So since you're actually running Metalfoes, I think running 3 of each is absolutely necessary. Some people don't really like either of these 2 at 3, but being able to float your stuff back to your hand is really nice. And also, since you're not so reliant on your normal summon, adding something back to your hand with Assault Core to be Pendulum summoned, or special summoning something from your hand to get more summons on board to make like a Gigant or something pre-Pendulum summon is really nice. I think 3 of each is absolutely necessary. Moving on from that, again, these are a couple of proxies. I have them, I just don't, in God's name, know where they're at. These are supposed to be obviously Gold and Silver Gadget. I'm just playing 1 of each. Reason being that they're not necessarily there for the rank 4 plays. It's more of to get the extra summon, and then you can destroy one with the Metalfoes card to get an extra search, and then you summon the other gadget from your deck before making it rank 4. You could also try 2 and 2 or 0. It's really just an opinion card. I'm not huge on them, hence why I'm only playing 1 and 1, but I will admit though they are nice to have. Since we're playing Pendulums, gotta play 1 Kirin, best monster in the game. And since I'm personally not playing Tsukiyomi in this build because there's not a lot of traps. So, 2 Max C, you're not going to discard it from Tsukiyomi. Even better. On to the spells. We have 3 Union Hanger and 3 Terraforming. There's no reason to ever run less. And we have 1 Metalfoes Fusion and 1 full Metalfoes Fusion. This one, it's not anywhere near as good, but if you're playing Alcahest, which I don't have at the moment, but if you do play him, you absolutely have to play this. I'm just trying it out right now without Alcahest, so it's okay. The regular Metalfoes Fusion, obviously you need that though. 2 Painful Decision. I think 2 is the perfect number. I just like that. I've never had it dead either, because you usually, if you resolve Painful, you're usually going to win. 3 Twin Twisters, not much else to say about that either. You can afford the discard cost, so why not? And for the last cards in the main deck, these are again actual proxies. These are supposed to be Metalfoes counter. I cannot for the life of me find that card though. I could find the super rare, but not the common, wouldn't you figure? So yeah, that's actually going to be it for the main deck. It's an even 40. Some other suggestions, Pot of Desires. I'm really not big on it in this deck, actually. I like the +1, but without playing a bunch of heavy floodgates or anything, I just don't think it's as good. So, moving on to the extra deck. We have 3 copies of ABC Dragon Buster. That's a no-brainer. Have 1 copy of Metalfoes, Orichalc, and 1 copy of Adamante. These are both just nice to have. Adamante is like your main one you make. Orichalc, you rarely make him, but if your opponent sets something in defense, it's really nice to be able to swing for up to 5,600 damage on that. He's really good. And again, this is going to be the last of my proxies because I have not picked up very much of Invasion Vengeance. These are supposed to be 2 Mithriliums. I haven't found mine yet. I've got one coming to me in a trade. And as for the second one, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, this is supposed to be 2 Mithrilium. You don't need more than that because you can use the first to loop the second. So you're good. For the Exceses, 1 Gear Gigant X. I find this card really, really good in this build. Mainly because you can get a search and then Pendulum summon what you searched. It's really nice. 1 Castel, 1 Diamond Direwolf. Obvious for both. 1 Abyss Dweller. I still think the card is too good not to have. We're running the Utopia trio, being 39, S39 Prime, and S39 to Lightning. Lightning's just too good. You need him, and being able to resolve his effect twice is great. And for the last of the seasons, we're playing 1 copy of number 11, Big Eye, because you can make him with 2 Vol Flames. And though it's not huge, like it's not going to come up a whole lot, when it does come up, you can usually win the game off of it. So I am going to go over one of the more basic combos of the deck just to kind of show what the purpose of the Metalfoes and the ABCs are, like how they work together so well. So for this hand, we're just going to open 3 cards. Going to open 1 copy of Union Hanger. This could also be Terraforming, and we can run 6 copies of it, so that's pretty easy to do. And you need to open any 2 Metalfoes monsters, 1 low scale, 1 high scale. Doesn't matter which ones they are, but I'm going to use Steeled and Silvered for this example, just because they are the more suboptimal ones. So I'm going to show you that it even still works if these are the ones you have. So let's just say these are the only 3 cards we have at our disposal. Some, I don't know, you got like Omega looped or something like that. Well, so here's how we're going to start. We're going to activate our Union Hanger. Using our Union Hanger, we're going to get a search. So for our search, we're going to take A, Assault Core. It doesn't really matter which one you take too much, as long as you don't pick B. Next, you're going to normal summon your Assault Core and use Union Hanger's effect to equip B Buster Drake to it from the deck. So now you can activate your Metalfoes Silvered. Use this effect to destroy Buster Drake, sending it to the graveyard. Move that over there. So now you get a free search. This would be our Metalfoes counter, proxy. So anyway, you're going to set that from the deck just to have more protection. B Buster Drake's effect is going to activate since it was destroyed, allowing you to get C Crush Wyvern from your deck to your hand. Now we're going to activate Metalfoes Steelin. Using Steelin, we can destroy our Assault Core, which will allow us to set another card from our deck. We're going to take Metalfoes Fusion. With Assault Core being destroyed, we can add, no, that's not my bad, getting them all mixed up. We add B Buster Drake back to our hand with his effect. So now, from here, you still have your Pendulum summon, so you can just Pendulum summon these 2 guys. Now, the trick is to this play, you have 2 other cards in your hand. You have to remember that, and a third one if you're going second. So if either of those 2 cards are, let's say, any other Metalfoes monster, you can flip your Metalfoes Fusion and do stuff from there to make an Adamante, and just keep going off. Like you could fuse these 2 to get another B Buster Drake search, things like that. If the other card in your hand is one of the gadgets, or let's just say, it's another Assault Core, something like that. You could Pendulum summon that as well, and from there, overlay any 2 of them, make a Gear Gigant, detach the B, get a search for whichever one you feel like. I don't know, let's just get another B because he's nice to have. And then we'll banish all 3 for a Dragon Buster. Or even if out of all that play, you didn't have another level 4 to do stuff with, then at the very least, when you end with that field, you'll have. So we had, we had a C and B on the field, and we had A in grave. If nothing else, banish all 3, summon Dragon Buster, and you have 2 cards in grave for his effect. I typically like to tribute him off to get the 3 special summons on the draw phase. And let's say you just did that, Then you'd equip one to the deck. I don't know, let's say like a Buster Drake on Crush Wyvern. And there you go. You turn those 3 cards into 9. I cannot express enough how combolicious this deck is. That's probably the main reason I like it. I'm not an ABC fan, to be quite honest with you guys. I really don't like how kind of, I hate using the term, but how helmet the deck usually is. I'm not a fan of decks that rely on a bunch of floodgates and things like that, or when their main play is Boss Monster and Solemn Strike. But making this deck without those, it's actually still pretty good, I will admit. It's all, and as I said, it's really combo-y. It's very fun to play. Any combination of 5 cards can become a drastically different feel just depending on one card being different from the whole thing. I highly suggest, if you haven't tried this deck out, that you do. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure to tell me in the comment section below what you liked about Metalfoes ABC, or if you don't like the deck, because obviously ABCs aren't for everybody, Pendulums aren't for everybody, ABCs and Pendulums aren't for everybody. So yeah, as I said, make sure to leave a comment, like this video if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.